you think when you hear this. Okay,
you're stressing me out. You're stressing me out. You're stressing me out. No, please, not so fast. You can't start at like level 10. But that's Tetris.
That is Tetris.
That's Tetris.
I'm sure you had to know that. There's only one reason that Tetris is the game of the year. It's today's episode of Game of the Year. It's about arranging blocks, putting things when they need to be.
They're called tetraminos.
Huh?
The blocks are called tetraminos. You know the drill. You have to line them up and then you make them disappear.
So, how did the game about making lines become so popular? It's not a Coke joke, guys. Come on now. It's the blocks, not the lines.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Think about how simple it is. It's easy enough for everyone to play, but can also be a challenge for the toughest, most skilled players.
And this hasn't changed much until today. Like, we've seen this in almost every iteration of Tetris. In fact, since 1996, the Tetris company has internally defined the specifications and guidelines that publishers must adhere to in order to create a Tetris-like clone and like to get a license so that they can call themselves like Mario Tetris or whatever. You know the drill.
I would just make the game. I wouldn't worry. I'll take your game. I'll make my own version of it.
No, that's not right. Pay the people for the license.
But these guidelines establish such elements as the correspondence of buttons and actions and the size of the field of the play.
You think it includes the music too? Yeah,
I actually think they should stop playing that song at sports games. I'm tired of
just to
what's it? Sweet Caroline.
Oh, then I can up the.
Yeah, Tetris must be played. That's how you up the ante. You know what's wild is that the game doesn't even have a story or a main character. It's just blocks falling.
Yeah, but that is true. I mean, that is true. But there was drama surrounding the publishing of Tetris.
But this is like the least violent video game ever made. How can it even cause controversy? It doesn't make sense. Like, it's just blocks.
So, Tetris was originally designed by a Soviet software engineer, Alexei Pachitnov, in like 1984, right? And he just wanted to use computers to make people happy. And I'm coughing. I'm dying.
You're coughing very close to me. You must actually fuck off. But yeah, carry on. We need more people like him because people must use the computers to make things fun again. I don't understand the controversy still. He must just make the game. That's all he had to do.
You don't understand the controversy. Well, you know, like after the initial success, like he wanted to take it globally. And that's where the problem came in because the Soviet researchers weren't allowed to sell their creations. Pretty much like freelancers, you know. you know that life as a
You must just make it and then go, yeah, it's for you. Have whatever you want. Don't give me any money. Now I must chase money all the time because I did the work. Where's my money?
Anyways, to cut a long story short, Pachitnov was happy to take a non-compulsory remuneration, and then they circulated the game, which eventually hit the US.
But the one that hit the US, was it his one or was it just something?
No, it was his one.
But I feel like there's more now. Like it doesn't just stop there.
Yeah, because like no US developers wanted like a Soviet product in the West. You can imagine like it's the height of the Cold War. They're like, nah, this is some spy tech. You know, James Bond, but with Tetris. Like, so anyways, Microsoft and Spectrum Holobyte picked up the rights, they tweaked it, and finally there was Tetris for the people.
Tetris for the culture. Tetris. Like a bra. A bra allows the Tetris. But let's see all this drama. It's only right that it's one of the best-selling video games of all time, with almost 425 million units sold.
Yeah, let's add the best-selling puzzle video game series and the Guinness World Record for the most ported video game. So take that GTA 5 and Skyrim.
Sega's arcade version of Tetris became the highest grossing game of 1989 in Japan, but also in our hearts.
Despite its popularity, Alexei Pachitnov didn't receive any royalties. How sad is that? But sir, you are a legend and you deserve all the bags. I hope they remunerated you in some way.
And for those that say that games are just nothing, that games are bad for you, research has shown a moderate amount of play of Tetris, half an hour a day, right? That's for 3 months, boosts your general cognitive functions. So you play the game, you get smarter. So it gives you critical thinking, reasoning, language and processing, and increases your cerebral cortex. Thickness.
Yeah, it increases the cerebral cortex thickness. So, thick brain, boys.
Thick! You know, when they spell thick with the two C's like that, then it looks like the two bums.
Yeah,
that's how thick it is.
It's a thick cortex.
But let's not forget the puzzle games that would take inspiration from the simple falling blocks games, and just make magic.
Yeah, I still play Tetris from time to time. I mean, it's like one of those things you can just pick up anytime, play for a few minutes, stress because the music is freaking you out, and then come back again to break your high score.
Now for a quick break, we bring you gaming law. The unwritten, unspoken laws of all games. We don't question, we just accept, and we abide by these laws.
Yeah, this one dates back to the age of couch co-op and screen sharing, and that is no screen watching to gain the advantage.
Now for a quick break, we bring you gaming law. The unwritten, unspoken laws of all games. We don't question, we just accept, and we abide by these laws.
Yeah, this one dates back to the age of couch co-op and screen sharing, and that is no screen watching to gain the advantage.
So let's say we're playing a first-person shooter. You hold your screen up,
Okay.
right? And I'm supposed to kill Shadley. But then I look where Shadley is, and I go, oh shit, he's over there, I'm gonna go kill him.
And then I go like, why are you looking at my screen?
I'm looking over here.
And then I go like, stop looking at my screen.
Okay, I'm not looking. But then I still look, and then I go kill him because I know where he's camping. Because Shadley camps. Let me tell you about that.
I don't camp.
Shadley's the first person camper.
Thank you very much. That was gaming law, and now back to regular viewing.
Don't look at the other screen. Tetris is a weird one because its legacy isn't like Mario or Metal Gear. Tetris has always remained the same.
It might not have been the first puzzle game, but Tetris popularized the puzzle game genre. You could argue it expanded the minds of developers to new possibilities.
So here are 5 puzzle games that you might enjoy if you like Tetris.
Okay, so first up is Lumines, which you might have called it, or Luminous. It's a great Tetris counterpart. Not only are you stacking the falling blocks, you have to match the colors to eliminate the blocks.
Then there was Puzzle Bobble. My stresses. Another classic. You have to keep the bubbles away by matching 3 or more colors. Think of it like pool meets Tetris.
Okay, next up we got Dr. Mario, which can be called the predecessor to Luminous.
Yeah.
You have to eliminate the viruses by matching the color of the vitamin capsules. It's the same thing. Plus it's Mario.
We also need to discuss that they were teaching children how to pack pills. That's essentially what the game was like. Yo, go to your granny's cupboard, see the white pills, put the white pills together, and you're gonna eliminate the virus over there.
That's how you're gonna get rid of the virus.
Then we've all experienced Candy Crush. Don't lie, you can say what you want. Candy Crush is a great game that's addictive. Your auntie still plays it. Match the candies and get through the levels. Simple. Unless you harass every single living person you can to get more lives. Give me lives.
Please stop there, please stop. Anyways, finally is Tricky Towers. It's probably the least well known on the list. And this falling blocks game has you building up to the top the quickest. So it's kind of like the opposite. And then it also incorporates magic and like unique block physics to make things interesting. So think of it like Jenga and Tetris had a baby, and then that baby had magical powers. It's that. That's very cool. Go play it. I can't explain it any better than that. Back to regular viewing. Go.
Blockity block, blocker, block.
Blocker.
Let's not forget those positive and mental health effects that may have on players.
You mentioned that it improves cognitive abilities, but it also ties into something called the Tetris effect.
This is when people devote so much time and attention to an activity that it begins to pattern their thoughts, mental images, and dreams.
Apparently, people who play Tetris for prolonged amounts of time can find themselves like trying to position like houses and things in different shapes and like how it comes together. Like, have you ever been driving and then you go like, oh, if I had that block, then I can fit it in between these houses?
Yeah. But is it the same thing as when I'm driving behind? You know that thing that carries the cars?
Oh, and then you're
And
like,
then I go in GTA taught me, I can ramp this one. And then I go, no, please don't do those things. Tetris has helped in the scientific community better understand different phenomena. Words, guys, words. Who says there's no value in playing games? Now maybe I must play games so I can remember blocks, so I can remember words.
it's also influenced like architecture and of course music. I mean, like we've been going on about the tune. Yeah, saying please, it's gonna stress me out. It's gonna stress me out. Please, it's gonna stress me out.
But I think there is something that everyone is missing.
What?
The next line, we're just waiting it to come up so I can tell you
Oh,
what's missing.
okay.
You know what we were missing? Is that it's a puzzle game that anyone can play. This was in a time where games were focused on male audiences. Tetris was for everyone. Whoop. You could just pick up, you could just play. That was Tetris.
Yeah, you're actually right about that. No, you like we can't say it for sure because like The Sims obviously was the big one to introduce it to casual audiences. But like this was probably like the most accessible game of all times. I mean, it's the spark that could have gotten people into games. And other people like, nah, I don't play games. They play Tetris, and then it's like suddenly, and 10 days later, I've still been playing Tetris.
Just imagine Tetris, and that's the thing. It didn't matter. Anyone could play, and that was Pachitnov. And that was Pachitnov's goal, to make you happy, sir. You have won at life. You've made all of us happy. You've made all of us fight with our siblings. You've made all of us love and hate being with our friends.
You've also made us like learn what stress is and not been able to explain it at a young age.
I also can pack the boot of the car better because of the skills I learned from your game.
So thank you very much.
I also good. I can also pack a braai now, like the meat on the braai.
Oh yeah. Then you like put it so, and then you
steak
you
go
learn
here,
to
the sausage go there. Pajitnov, you came through.
Nah, you're a legend. Thank you.
And that's it for the episode.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop. Speaking of Shadley.
You're not the blog.
Every time he wants to. That's the end of the episode, guys. Thanks for watching. This is
Coffee and Controllers. And like those little blocks now we must line.
That's it, guys. It's the end of the episode. Next week we'll be covering Chippendales. Not the male strippers, please. And some other Disney classics. The Lion King and Aladdin.
You know, you remember those bangers. And if you do remember those bangers, then you know you're old like us.
Click like, subscribe, find us on all the socials, and we'll be there.
Yeah, we will. We might not answer immediately, but like we'll be there. Well, actually, we'll be here in Brad's garage as always.
And also tell us what games you grew up as a child that you still love and you wish they made again. And just tell us things of the games that you love.
And also tell us how you make coffee, please. If you wanna hate on us for making coffee, then you show us. You face us how to do the thing. Yeah, it's load shedding.